On the third day of the court hearing for the NYSII trials, the first witness, PW1 Sebastian Mokua, continued with his testimony.
Kindly take copies of the documents that are attached therein.
Your Honor, the documents attached to this voucher, the first one is the counter receipt voucher, commonly known as S13, whose number, the counter receipt voucher, commonly known as S13, number 80.
The witness brought to the attention of the court the disparities that were on the tender documents that had been allocated to the suspect companies.
The same number is also issued to Messrs. Cherikati Enterprises, whose address is in Naivasa, and the telephone number also is given.
For us, we're able to proceed with the testimony of PW1. He's been able to mark quite a number of vouchers. He made reference to a meeting that he sat in, a ministerial tender committee meeting that he sat in for purposes of allocating tenders to specific companies. And based on that meeting, contracts were issued to companies. And he proceeded to name out the companies that were given contracts by way of circulars. Now, based on those two documents, that is the minutes and the circulars, today the witness was being shown payment vouchers which have been annexed to with supply circular contracts. The same supply contracts in terms of the specific item, foodstuff, which he sat into. Now you'll note that during the proceedings, Ms. Kanyero was referring to the witness to the contracts that were used in the payment vouchers.
The fact that these companies that are accused in this case were using a contract number that had been issued to a company that had genuinely tendered for the supply of foodstuffs. And that is why in his testimony you could see that he's referring to the same number being issued to two companies.
Your Honor, from MFI 7, MFI 8 and 9, I could decide that the payment was in lieu for the supply of foodstuff, into bracket, tinned pineapples.
The prosecution is conducting this matter in an accountable manner. Today, again, what has happened is that the witness was able to go through the various numerous documents, and there were two documents that came to our attention, and we have always been aware that they hadn't been supplied to the defense because those two particular documents had been submitted to the document examiner's office, and there was an inventory earlier that indicated that this document was yet to be supplied to the defense. However, this document came to attention, it was found, and we made an application that pursuant to the directions of the court, if there's information that you need to bring to the attention of the defense or through the court, you're supposed to come up with a notice of motion application. And since the prosecution, we appreciate and obey what the court's directions, we indicated to court that we shall make a notice of motion to now supply those documents, which we got them because they had been misplaced.
We had marked two vouchers, that is number 1340 and 1341. We start the defense team.
Any witness who's giving evidence in court usually makes reference to some documents, and you as a prosecutor must ensure that those particular documents enter into the court record.
The application that I was making is that we be allowed to serve those documents to the defense team. Initially, there was an order that was made by court that if any party wishes to introduce any document, they should do so through an application that is called a notice of motion. And as I was making the application, the objection was raised that we should do the same. We should introduce the document through a notice of motion. And the court ordered that we do so. And that is what we intend to do.
The case is adjourned till 12th November 2018.